Yes,
the majority.
No
You don't got to oppose. What problem?
There's no problem. But
Recalcitrant
in the majority, let's laugh about that now.
Let him respond.
Those people that are, kicking against the party decision, if they have agreed, if not for their obduracy, and they are, faithful and party loyalists, what they have done is to key into the position of the party leadership.
Hold on.
Were they not elected under the platform APC?
Just hold on. This is a response from the speaker to the letter sent to him by the national chairman. It says, we feel strongly that the issue of federal character in the election or appointment of principal officers of the House is a cardinal, legal, moral, and constitutional principle that should be respected by our party. It is, however, obvious from the letter under reference that this principle was not taken into consideration. If the letter is enforced the way it was conveyed, it will lead to the following unjust result. Hold on. Speaker, Northeast. Chief Whip, Northeast. Deputy Speaker, Southwest. House Leader, Southwest. Deputy House Leader, Northwest. Deputy Chief Whip, South-South. This will totally and unfairly exclude the Southeast and North Central in the distribution of these political offices and lead to undue concentration of some offices in the Southwest and Northeast zones of Nigeria. That's contrary to the federal constitution.
Okay. Now, let me ask you the question. In the APC, overall, this thing, the way they spread, where did they factor in other political, other zones that the Dogora is now using it? Is it not an escape, that excuse is just trying not to obey, the leadership directive? That is where we are seeing it. Because if
what you're saying is that you're implying that they should follow this directive of the party and exclude the Southeast and North Central from the leadership structure in the House of Representatives.
They should abide by the party's leader. That is what the party said.
If we do that, it will negate,
and not forget, it's the same governor that is saying the matter is sub judice that is in court. So why is it now relying the matter that is also in court?
No, sir.
On one hand, he says this is a matter that is sub judice in court.
Let's not stop looking at it. Hold on, sir.
That's what we are saying now.
Hold on a minute. Let's stop looking for escape routes.
These are issues.
First thing first, hold on. APC, I'm sure, informed the speaker privately and principal officers of who they wanted. Hold on a minute. Okay. Take that away.
Hold on. Let me read
take that away.
We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Before you say that, let's read this part of the letter, the beginning. Hold on. It says, after the letter was received, but before I could make the necessary consultations concerning the letter, because of its sensitive nature with his people. Which people? Hold on now.
His party members. Is it party member leadership of the party?
Hold on. I'm reading a letter that he wrote. I'm not the one that wrote the letter. I was served with court processes on the subject matter filed by some members of the House and other persons and groups from the North Central and Southeast zones of Nigeria. The rules of the House enjoin us to make a determination whether discussing a matter pending in court in the House would be prejudicial to the case. However, before this determination could be made on the 25th of June, I took steps to discuss the matter in an executive session of the House, which is open to only House members and not the public. We were prevented from doing so by some House members who conducted themselves in a most unparliamentary manner. It is necessary to point out that the mechanism of executive session is resorted to in order to iron out controversial matters in an amicable way to preserve the unity and cohesion of the House.
See, let me give you an example. You know the PDP, which is the opposition party, they have a similar problem. In the issue of emergence of Governor Akpabio as the minority leader, some people have also gone to court saying there is no way they will agree with what the caucus of the PDP have said. So these are some of the things we are saying, that such disloyalty to party, whether APC or it should not be tolerated. It is the party leadership that they should have discussed all this. If you have grievances,
my point exactly.
If you have had grievances, it's not that coming to disagree. Disagree with you should have discussed it with the leadership. That's why I was asking you that consultation. Is it with the party leadership or with issue? Because you should know there's a place it's coming from.
If this was a
before he got his ticket as a member to even go as the speaker, would he have disagreed with the party? Is it because he has? So what we are saying that party cohesion, which is even the mantra of Mr. President, his position on this matter, he said nobody, no matter you are selfish or personal ambition.
Okay,
party,
you know what?
Loyalty should not be.
We will take a moment. I would want us to go back and see this report from the beginning. We'll go back and watch this report from the beginning and see what transpired in the House. That incident was what brought about this letter. So let's just take a break and see that report, and we'll come back to continue the conversation.
The Speaker arriving for the day's plenary session. His first action was to call for a closed-door meeting. The call sparked off this reaction. To the amazement of all, some lawmakers attempted to seize the maze. This led to a struggle between the lawmakers and chamber attendants. The whole chamber then became rowdy.
Absolutely unnecessary. I think members are agitating that the normal thing should be done. The party has written a letter as to its leadership, and it's been with the Speaker for about 3-4 days, and he has refused to read the letter, which is against tradition. Nobody here came here as an independent candidate. I didn't come here as an independent candidate. Neither did the Speaker. So I think the right thing should be done. I'm not for this at all. But like I said, it's very unfortunate. But I'm sure it will be resolved.
It's very embarrassing, but we will resolve the issues. We have a very embarrassing situation from the reactions of members of the APC when the Speaker decided that we should go into executive session. But that is not the subject matter for now. My position as a principal officer, or rather as a leader in this house, is to make sure that we calm down nerves and be able to, disagree to agree.
Some of the lawmakers discussed in groups in an attempt to help resolve the crisis. Eventually, calm returned, with the Speaker describing what happened as unfortunate.
As to the issues that led to the chaos today, we will sit down as leaders across whatever divide we have to ensure that these matters are as quickly as possible resolved. And that is what we will do. By virtue of Order 10, Rule 10, and mutual consent, hereby adjourn this House to the 21st of July, 2015. The House stands adjourned.
As the lawmakers walk out of these chambers, Nigerians will be hoping that by the time they return in almost 1 month's time to resume legislative activities, they would have resolved some of the contentious issues that led to some of what we observed here. And hopefully by then, they will be ready to attend to the needs of Nigerians as the House of Representatives. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
Welcome back. Now, you saw that report, but let's see what the Constitution has to say in Section 101. And it says, subject to, okay, we had a little bit of that Section 14 there that talks about the sectional groups in that government or any of its agencies. But let's come down to Section 101. It says, subject to the provisions of this Constitution, a House of Assembly shall have power to regulate its own procedure. Gentlemen, the election or appointment of principal officers, the question I'm asking both of you now to answer is, the election or appointment of principal officers, is it a procedure of the House of Representatives, or is it a procedure of the entire country, or a procedure of a political party?
All right, this is what I would say, okay. That particular Section 101 that you just read now deals with the House of Assembly, quite separate from National Assembly.
Hold on.
It's House of Assembly.
Okay.
So we can't smuggle in
the
National Assembly.
It's not what we are discussing.
The question I'm asking is, I just read that's the House of Assembly. As I said, I'm not a lawyer. I just read the Constitution. The appointment of principal officers in the National Assembly, in the House of Representatives.
Right.
Is it an internal business, or is it an external business?
I'd like to answer with my facts right, all right, and stating it as it is. Up till now, up to this moment, up to a few weeks ago when this Ula Balu erupted, I never directed my mind to that. But I suspect from what has been